Nationally, last year we lost more than 60,000 Americans to drug overdoses. That is more people in 1 year than died in the Vietnam War. Now, the reason that I am here is that I am worried about an epidemic that is sweeping our country, and that, of course, is the very significant increase that we are seeing in opioid and heroin addiction and in fatal drug overdoses.
When I was a senior in high school, I was a basketball player and I had an injury. I had an ACL tear and reconstruction, and that was my first experience taking opiates. I needed to be on pain medication for quite a while, and I was able to rehab from that. But after having experience with addiction issues now, I know that that was the turning point for me. We need to start talking about it. My hope in sharing my story was just to ignite more of a conversation about what's going on, to reduce the stigma.
On this issue, the issue of why so many young people are turning to drugs, it turns out that you probably know a lot more than the experts.
I suspect many of you know someone personally who's lost a job, lost their kids for a period of time, lost someone they love because of narcotics.
High schoolers are incredibly important for a couple reasons. One is that hopefully we're catching them either very early in their trialing of controlled substances, or we're grabbing them before they've ever tried something and maybe being able to prevent use.
And don't be afraid to either get help for yourself or help your friends and family as well. And the sooner you get help, the easier it is.
I need your help, not only for Vermont, but for the entire country.
This age group and students, what their experience is, what they're seeing in the community right now, speaking up and with kindness and compassion, showing that you have care and concern for people in your community, your friends and your peers, that's what's going to have the biggest impact.
You can't judge about how this stuff starts. It starts and then all of a sudden it just takes off on you and you don't recognize yourself. My thinking has evolved in that and has changed. And how do we create a community where we address these issues of trauma, where we address these issues of mental illness, where we address the issues of poverty, where we give people a safe place, where we wash away stigma.
There's always been this idea that if you just had a strong enough will, this wouldn't happen to you in the first place, which has been demonstrated to be nonsense.
I think if there's more of a focus on the recovery and what we're doing and how hard people are working, I think that is going to create a change with the stigma, with people seeking help.
It's really important that we think about it just the way that we think about any other medical problem that we see in the office.
But my hope is that the conversation today is helpful, because if we do not have the courage to talk about this issue, if you think we can just hide it, we are never going to solve it.